Okay. Hello, viewers. I welcome you all to our vlog today. Hello, Mr. Sajid.
Hello, Mr. Ma, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I hope viewers are doing fine as well.
Thank you. Yes, I am very well. Sajid, today I have picked up a topic to speak on, and this topic is actually being discussed already on many forums. It is about the succession of the Eritrean president, Mr. Isaias Afwerki, and why I have picked it up because of his age factor mainly, because now people are getting concerned. They are about the future of Eritrea, and they are thinking that who will replace him. So, in today's session, we will discuss all those possible candidates who can actually take his place, whether they be from his family, from his political party, PFDJ, or military. So, my first question to you is that mostly it is seen in history that whenever a dictator leaves, he wants his family member to take over his throne. So, as Asaya has already has three children, is he grooming any one of them for this post?
Yes, you're right that dictators they groom their children while they're in power. Like you see in Uganda, Yoweri Museveni is grooming Muhoozi, and Muhoozi is openly saying that he would be president of Uganda. See what happened in Chad. In Chad, you know that Idris Dabi was killed, and his son, who was a military officer, he took over. So in a way, he was preparing his son Muhammad, I think, for the slot. Uh, Isaias Afwerki has three children. Yes, Elsa, his daughter, then Birhane, and Abraham. And Birhane is seen as someone who's a troublemaker, reportedly. And some time ago, it was rumored that he tried to escape to Sudan. Unconfirmed rumors. Abraham is seen as close to Isaias Afwerki. Reportedly, he is in charge of president office, the top, the most powerful department in Eritrea. And around 40, but it's difficult to say if he's being groomed or not. But since he is seeing the affairs of president's office, it means that maybe Isaias wants him to be the next ruler. Maybe.
Do you think that Abraham has those qualities of a leader? Is he similar like his father, or is he different?
Poles apart. Poles apart. Isaias Afwerki was a student leader. Then he joined EPLF. He was trained. He visited China. He took over EPLF. He became head of PFDJ. He has fought wars. He's leading political party. He's leading military. A seasoned politician. Knows Eritrea in and out. Knows the region as well. So no comparison between Isaias and Abraham. Abraham, I heard, failed some college classes too. He chose aerospace as major at college. Did he finish college? We don't know. There are questions about his capabilities, about his decision making, about his lack of being ambitious too. But interestingly, I was talking to a few Eritrean who said that Abraham was an ideal choice. Why? I asked, he said that it would be easy to remove him.
That's strange. Okay, all right. What about his political party? I mean, PFDJ. He has very close allies and who are there with him since the beginning, his ministers and all, and his advisors. Do you see anybody from his party becoming a successor of his?
Well, we can only discuss about who is close to him. I don't
Hmm.
know if those will be succeeding him or not. But there are some people who are very close to him, like Yemane Gabriel, who is his advisor and head of political affairs too. He's been
Hmm.
in foreign ministry for around 3 decades, and perhaps the second most powerful man in Eritrea is Yemane Gabriel, very cool, calm, calculated, with exceptional persuasion skills, diplomatic skills, and around 70 years old. He's not young. Isaias around 77, and
Yeah.
Yemene Gabriel around 70, I think. And he's basically in charge of foreign relations and political affairs. Though Usman Saleh is Eritrean foreign ministry in charge, but mainly it is Yemane Gabriel. And if you have been covering the visits of, if you've been seeing the visits of Eritrean foreign minister Usman Saleh, he was
Hmm.
always accompanied by Yemane Gabriel. You remember that a few months ago, Isaias Afwerki sent some special messages to Sudanese rulers, and there Yemane was there. Yemane has been there for decades. He is the main man in Eritrea, and interestingly, he's from Aksum, from Tigray. Uh,
Hmm.
he is powerful, but can he be his successor? That's a question because we don't know what will happen after a few years. So far, he is very powerful, no doubt about that. Secondly, Yemane Gebremeskel, the information minister in charge of bureaucracy, you can say, in charge of information ministry, but not as powerful as Yemane Gebreyab. And thirdly, in charge of economic affairs of the country, Hagos Gebrehivot.
Hmm.
You can say he's in charge of finance ministry. He oversees the state-owned enterprises. He is in charge of ministry of in charge of economy, you can say, and he is the second after Yemane. He's very powerful as well, close to Isaias for years. And apart from these two, there is Zemarat Yohannes, but not as powerful as these two. There are people close to Isaias, but we cannot say that if he wants them to replace him. This is the most important question, that being closer to Isaias does not mean that you can be his successor.
Hmm. That's true. That's true. But isn't it surprising that he was Isaias was the founder president of Eritrea, and he's there since 3 decades, and there is no prominent leader who emerged in these 30 years. No leader, no prominent figure. Isn't it surprising?
Well, obviously, he will not allow anyone to be popular, to be powerful beyond some limits, because he wants to rule single-handedly.
Hmm.
Uh, and some were seen as his likely successors in the past, or they were close to him, but later they were sidelined, like head of Eritrean youth, PFDJ youth, Mohyuddin Shangam was close to him, head of PFDJ youth wing, and he was seen as new blood of Eritrea. But years ago, he had to flee Eritrea. Then Ali Abdo, information minister, he was close to Isaias Afwerki too. But one day he fled to Australia, and his daughter is still in prison, Siham. for around a decade in prison. Siham was arrested while she was trying to flee Eritrea. Ali Abdo had already fled Eritrea. So those who are close to him could be seeking asylum after a few years. No one knows. But Yemeni is powerful. We must not forget that everyone knows in and outside Eritrea that Yemeni Gabriel is a powerful man. He has exceptional communication skills. He can convince Isaias Afwerki as well, but no one there to challenge, or no one there very popular to challenge Isaias Afwerki.
What about the military side? Is there anybody who can take over from his military or army or intelligence agency?
Intelligence agency is led by Abraha Kasa, who is a brigadier general, main man, and he spy chief, collecting intelligence about army as well, about opposition too, about ethnic groups too, mainly operating in and outside Eritrea too. Military is led by Philippus Johannes for around 1 decade, for around 10 years. Uh, Military is kept at a distance. I personally think that military is not part of political decisions in Eritrea, because if you remember, around 2 decades ago, Ogbe Abraha, who was the head of Eritrean Defense Force, was removed, was put in prison because he was accused of supporting G15, and reportedly he died in prison. So now Philippos Johannes is head of military, but does he have any say in political affairs? I don't think so. But having said that, I personally think that after Isaias, military will try to assert itself, because there are two main institutions in Eritrea now: military and PFDJ. Right now, PFDJ is in command. It is controlling the military. Isaias Afwerki is head of military. He's head of PFDJ. So military is not making political decisions. Military is under PFDJ. But after Isaias Afwerki, you could see military chief trying to assert himself, try to take over. So far, Johannes is close to Isaias, loyal to him. That is why for around 10 years he's been in power as the chief of staff. And he's Minister of Defense as well. So no Minister of Defense from PFDJ. Johannes
Hmm.
is working both as Minister of Defense and Army Chief, loyal to Isaias. That is why
Hmm.
perhaps for around a decade in power.
Hmm. So, what is your overall analysis? What do you think is? I mean, we have discussed all the scenarios almost. So, what do you think? Who's the person who is most likely to take his place?
Difficult to say who will take over. I think personally, Isaias wants his son to be his successor, Abraham.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Abraham has some limitations. Generally, when dictators groom their sons for succession, they try to ensure that they have related military experience, like
Hmm.
Bahuzi in Uganda, General like Muhammad in Chad, army officer. Abraham lacks military experience. Isaias, I think, wants him to replace him, but he does not have required capabilities. He is short of options, I think, now. That is why he's trying to groom him. But post Isaiah's scenario will be an interesting scenario. We don't know what is going to be the role of opposition parties, opposition, not in Eritrea, groups abroad. So maybe in a
Hmm.
separate
Hmm.
video we can discuss that too. That if Isaiah is removed, what will be the role of other players? It's not that he will nominate someone in his life and everyone will accept him as his successor. So a lot will happen after Isaias. So far, I personally think that he wants Abraham to take his place, but he's not sure that Abraham has the capability to replace him.
Hmm. I think, Mr. Sajjan, we must discuss the role of the opposition, which is based abroad, uh, uh, in a separate session. Because how will they react? What will be the impact? That has a lot to do with Eritrean people. I mean, we need to discuss that in separately in a separate session. So thank you very much. I also believe that because this man has such an iron grip over his country that once he will not be there, I'm sure Eritrean people need to take care that what will happen after that, because there could be chaos and confusion and the foreign enemies, or there could be power clash within the country, or maybe as you said that opposition which is set abroad can also take advantage of it. So people should start thinking about the future, that what will happen in case if he goes. So thank you very much, Mr. Sajid, and see you next week.
Thank you. Let me add a few words.
Sure.
I think Eritrean opposition groups from Eritrean government, people should also appear on this show. Maybe in coming days, they should be here. People should listen to their position as well. Yes, you're right that there should be discussions, deliberations within and outside. In and outside Eritrea about post Isaias Afwerki scenario. People close to Isaias are old. They are around 70
Yeah.
years old. Even Gabriel Maskell, then Gabriel, they're old people. So it means that new leadership will emerge sooner or later, but who will lead this change? Will there be change? Several questions, maybe in separate next videos. Thank you for asking these questions. I hope viewers will share their input as well in comment section.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.